live. Welcome in. If you're watching this on the replay on the old tubies, it's Ubies. I am Charity, aka NiceComps. My voice is a little scratchy today. I sang emo songs for like 4 hours, and yesterday I had no voice. So today, this is what it sounds like. But it's gonna be fun nonetheless. Hey, Brenda Brownschul? Whoa. Hey, Jewel. Hey, Heath and Susan Reed. Tammy is here. Welcome in, you guys. I'm very excited today. We are doing shipping. It is Friday, which means tomorrow is garage sale day. The voice. You get what you get today. I did. Jewel, I had so much fun. I literally sang my actual heart out like crazy. Every emo song I ever loved, they played. Yeah. So I had nothing. Yesterday, it was a squeak. I literally woke up, Justin said good morning, and I said good morning, and it was like this little squeak, and he's like, oh boy. It happens. When I go to a concert, I almost always lose my voice. I just love singing. I love singing with the band, man. It's my thing. It's my jam. Front row, sing along. That's how I roll. So, hey, Vicky. Happy Friday, you guys. I'm so happy to see you all. Like I said, I desperately missed everybody yesterday, but there was no voice. Can't go on. It was totally worth it. You can't go on TikTok with no voice. It just does not work. So, I got some listings in yesterday. I actually got a whole bunch of stuff fixed yesterday, which is great. And I worked on our reseller keyword PDF that I'm putting together. So I'm getting somewhere on it. It's getting good. Like, you guys are gonna like it. I'm excited about it. All right, let's get these orders shipped out. So this is gonna be, excuse me. This is gonna be everything that sold on late Wednesday night, yesterday, and then this morning. And I don't actually think we had any this morning. Maybe, I don't think so. I don't know, you guys. I don't know what's going on. Justin pulls the stuff for me. So I just never know what is really sold. I just kind of go with the flow skis. Okay, so the first thing we have now, we're going to get started over on eBay first. We always start on eBay first, for fear it is sold somewhere else on another platform. And y'all know we don't want to cancel on the old eBay because you'll get a little ding, and your stuff will get seen less. So no dings. Nobody wants any eBay dings. Oh, oh my gosh. What is up, Tenacious? Happy to see you. How are we today? Hey, girl. Hey. Sweet Briar is here. If I accidentally invite you guys in, I don't mean to whenever I touch the screen. I apparently invite people in. Oh, thanks for the pumpkins, you guys. Ooh. Okay, so the first thing we have is pretty cool. I got this at a garage sale for $1, which was crazy. I saw it and immediately was like, that looks, oh my gosh, we almost just reached our goal. It said pin your goal, and then it's literally like, oh, we got Sarah. See, bars go crazy. Jules in on it. We're gonna reach our goal before it even starts. I know TikTok had sent me stuff that was like, you on an average me. Oh, yeah, there it is. You on average me your goal before 10% of your videos showed or something like that. And it's like, we encourage you to dream bigger or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, so I guess we gotta dream bigger again, you guys. What's up, Tay? Okay, so I saw this at a garage sale. They wanted $1 for it, which is bananas. So this is a brand. It's not a huge well-known brand, but it is definitely a quality brand. It's called Celtic Ranchwear. They make traditional Irish vests, ranch-looking stuff. If you took like cowboy core and mixed it with like Irish core and kind of weaved them together, that's kind of what you get. And this one is new with tags. It's wool, crazy good quality. It's like I said, it's not a huge known brand. If this was, Pendleton or something like that, I probably could have gotten even a little bit more for it. However, that being said, and I did get, oh my gosh, you guys, I listed this probably 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. I probably got 30 offers on it, kind of low balls. And I just held out because it's like one of those things, you know what you got, and it's new with tags. I don't need to be making any wheels and deals too much on this. So let's see. I listed it for 38 and took an offer. Actually, I probably sent this offer out. Posher probably sent this offer out. Whenever I see something with like a weird price, I kind of know Posher probably had something to do with it. So it's $34.96 is what we got, plus shipping. So that is very exciting. And this is going to George in North Carolina. Take your vest off, just around your head like a helicopter. You know I had to do it. I love Western too, and I love that Western is popular right now. It's really cool seeing that. I know, a buck. Can you believe it? Just hanging on a rack with some other t-shirts, and I was like, how much are you guys asking for stuff? And they said $1, and I was like, yep. For $1, I am absolutely getting that. You show me something new with tags for $1, and I will probably almost always get it because it's $1. Like, there's no way you're not going to make the money back, right? So, all right. So you got a cool little sticker here. It says, "Be happy." Whoa! I can't believe I actually hit that note. Maybe I need my voice to go more often, and I can actually. Wouldn't that be funny? She can't sing till she goes to a concert, lose her voice, and then she can sing. Yeah, got it. Vicky even put a little music on there. Oh my goodness, I got a little eyelash on my eyeball. What? There we go. Got it. Success. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this in a poly bag. I have a feeling this is over £1. Oh, we're just over £1. So I am going to put it over in pirate ship and do my shipping over there. It always winds up being less expensive for me to ship it over in pirate ship than it is to ship it from the eBay app. I don't know if that's just because of where I am in the country or what the situation is, but every time I check it in eBay, it always winds up being less expensive on pirate ship. I don't know if there's just more cubic stuff over on pirate ship. I don't know, guys. I'm not in charge of the shipping situation. I'm just in charge of getting stuff shipped. So we're going to put this over on pirate ship. Let's go ahead and copy this. North Carolina, I padded my shipping on this too, because I had a feeling I was going to get a wheel and deal on this. It's funny. You start selling stuff long enough and you start to like kind of see patterns of like how you're supposed to do stuff. And like, this is one of those things where I was like, this is going to sell. I'm going to get some lowball offers on it. I better pad my shipping a little bit because I'm probably going to have to do an offer for this. I just had the sneaking suspicion. I had a suspicion, guys. And we were correct on that. So we're going to go ahead and copy and paste that address over in the old pirate ship. So George in North Carolina. And then let's change this to soft bag. And we are going to do 11 by 6. And our weight is 1 pound, 1 ounce. 1 pound, 1 ounce, just over the 1 pound mark. And he paid what did he pay for this? I think he paid $8.50 for shipping. Yeah, so he paid $8.50 for shipping. We're paying $6.99. So that covers the cost of my original investment and then just a little bit of the eBay fees. Not a ton, but a little bit of the eBay fees. So we're going to go ahead and print that out, and we will get this sent over to our friend George in North Carolina, because George needs his Irish vest, and he needs it right now. It's his vest, and he wants it now. Oh, boy. Oh, the jingles are already starting in my head, folks. Every day the jingles are going. All right, get some bags out here and destroy my room at the same time, because that's what I do. Put that up there. Another bag and another bag. Bags everywhere. Bags for everyone. All right, we'll do UPS back there today. Okay. We're going to copy that. We're going to go on over to the old eBays, and we're going to put that tracking number in for George. So George knows his vest is on his way. His coat to Grinch vest is on his way. Ruth, what's good? Is it a rigid or poly? I'm bad at figuring that out. That is a really good question, actually. So kind of my rule of thumb is if I can move it and I can twist it, and it could like get thrown into the back of a truck and kind of bend forward a little bit to make more room for other stuff, then I will just classify that as poly bag. If I'm touching it and it's like dunk, 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 like shoes are not moving. Shoes are rigid packaging for sure. And now you can do box in a bag for that shipping, but you still have to put the dimensions of the actual, you're supposed to put the dimensions of the actual poly bag in then versus the item. So I just don't bother with that. I just do rigid packaging because I don't want to have to put the original poly bag size in. I want to put the size of the actual package in. If it's pliable and movable though, you don't have to do that, because the whole idea to think about it is if this was in a shipping container, is it going to be able to bend and conform if other stuff is put on it? Or is it going to be so rigid and hard that it can't, creates little spaces in between the packages? Because for freight, they're trying to get as many things in, as they can when they're shipping. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Next thing we've got here is a pair of Vans. Man, these always sell. You guys see me ship these out all the time. I pick these up literally pretty much every time I can get them. I never go, this is me because I garage sale. I know those of you go thrift shopping, you probably would spend more, but I usually won't pay more than $5 for these unless they're like really, really new and nice. If someone wants like $7 or $8, I may get them because I just know that they're going to sell, but I usually don't go too much over that. Other things to check on these two is how worn is the back section, meaning where it says Vans. This one only has one tiny little wear spot, which is not bad. These are the ivory black checkerboard classics is which ones these are. They're like an off-white ivory color. And we're going to go ahead and get a shipping label. Now we're going to get these shoes wrapped up just like we do with all shoes. And I should have, yeah, I got a piece right here. Yeah, you're welcome. How much do Vans sell for? You know, that's a good question. I think it's kind of a little bit all over the place. It really depends on how good they are as far as like how nice they still are. And it also depends on the size. So these ones are an okay size. So I would say I sell Vans, I think, more to guys usually than I do women. So if I can find Vans in like a men's 10, that's kind of like a sweet spot for me. Or if I can find them in like a women's 7.5. So those are kind of the two things I look for. Of course, if they're more like girly kind of looking ones, you're probably going to veer more towards categorizing them in the women's department for your specifics. If it's more like these with just the basic like old school checks, that I tend to sell more of those to guys. But I don't know. Nowadays, it's so like versatile. There really isn't any like it has to go to a certain like gender, because it's all, fluid and people are buying and all sorts of stuff. So for me, I guess I just I seem to find the trend of selling these more in like a size men's 10. If they're a size men's 10 in this shape, I can usually get about 28 for them. If they're a little bit of a smaller size, like what are these ones here? These are a men's 7.5. So I wound up getting 23. So those sweet spot sizes, you can get a few more dollars for. But I would say on average, total average across the board would probably be $20. I would say $20 is a fair assessment, unless they're super trashed, and then you're not going to get that much for them at all. They could still sell. Dirty shoes sell. It's not that they don't sell. You just don't typically get it for, you're not going to get quite as much. So 23, I sold the same pair, last one for 55. So Wandering Moose, my question to you is, what size were they though? And how new were they? Because these are definitely not new ones. These are used ones that I washed and cleaned. I usually find about 23 is kind of like my sweet spot. Like I said, it probably would have been closer to 30 had they been a better size. And if you sold a men's 7.5 for 55, then you super scored, because that does not usually happen. And I saw a lot of Vans. All right. So how I do my shoes here is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys, because I know we've showed this before, but why not show it again? So I always get a triangular piece of foam. Now I got this foam for free, as most of you probably know. So I am not super committed to like, oh my gosh, it's so expensive, I don't want to spend that much on those. So for me, I just take my shoe here, I wrap it here, I go the same way kind of that they would be in a box, and then I just wrap them forward with this triangle. And I'll show you why I do the triangle here. So that I'm going to wrap these around. Now, do you have to go through all of this? Of course not. This is just how I do my shoes. Let's see. Yeah, we put a sticker in there. I just have a huge following. Well, that's fantastic. Men's 8.5. Yeah. then use Super Scored, and that is fantastic because you can get these shoes new for right around that price too. So that is amazing and awesome, and I definitely applaud you for that. Okay, so then what I do is I fold these over one way, kind of protect this side of the shoe, and then I'm going to fold this same size over here. So that way they're getting they're getting like a really good, I think, protection on both sides because I'm protecting this side of the shoe and I'm protecting that side of the shoe. So that's how I do my shoes. Now, if I sell a pair of shoes and they are over $100, then I will always put them in a box. That's just kind of my rule of thumb. Everyone does it differently. That's kind of my metric. You spend $100 on a pair of shoes, I'm putting them in a box. You don't spend $100 on a pair of shoes, and I'm going to wrap them like this because otherwise the cost of shipping and stuff just goes up, yada, yada, yada. So throw them in the bag and ship them. Yeah, I don't know about that, Wandering, but hey, you know what? That's the beauty of this business is you can do it any way you want. And this is how I do mine. Okay, so once these are in the bag, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take these over to Pirate Ship as well. These are going to T-Husu in Georgia. Sweet Georgia. We're headed to Georgia today, folks. All right, let's head on over to here and we will get these pasted. And then also too, if you guys are using Pirate Ship, I know I said this before, but I just want to keep always reminding you, always check and make sure that the address when you paste it in goes in correctly. I had a couple packages a few weeks back that we had some issues with the shipping because of that. So this is a perfect example of when you need to do box or rigid packaging. So I can either put it as a poly bag and then put my measurements in as to what the poly bag is. But if you notice, the poly bag is larger than what the item is inside. So I'm going to be better off and save in shipping if I just do the box or rigid packaging. So our weight on these is 1.9. Our length is going to be, let's take a look here. We got, looks like 11 by 5 by, I think I could squeeze out 4 on that. 11 by 5 by 4. And then let's take a look at our rates. Could you do fun deals for Black Friday if you wanted to? Heck yeah, Foxy. I'm going to be doing all sorts of stuff for that. Either putting them, putting stuff on a little bit of a discount or sending out a message to anyone that has liked stuff previously. Like, hey, I'm running a special today, on an item you liked. Here's an additional discount. I'll probably do like a Poshmark closet, a whole closet markdown on that day. So absolutely, like you can do, hey, it's your business. You can do whatever you want, right? Okay, so these are going to ship for $6.82, Ground Saver, and that is a UPS. That's basically like Ground Advantage on USPS. So we're going to copy that and get these printed. Oh, Pirate Ship's got this cute little pumpkin head today, and it like pops out as a jack-o'-lantern, and it's all lit up. I love when they do cute things like that. It makes me so happy. Okay, we're going to print this out and get this on its way. Yeah. Okay. Slap that puppy on her, put her in the bag, and then we need to go on over to eBay and put in that tracking number. So let's see, they paid $8.90 for shipping. So I believe I bought these Vans for $2. I think I remember paying $2 for these. So the shipping difference pretty much is covered. Actually, it is covered by the shipping cost that they did, or that covers my original investment. So all the rest of this is just profit minus, of course, a little bit of eBay fees. So I would say altogether, we made a little over about $20.40 in profit on those Vans. Not bad for a pickup. And they were incredibly easy to clean because they get thrown into a pillowcase. I tie off the pillowcase and I throw them into the washer machine and they wash through, and what you get is what you get. So it's a super easy one for me. I don't have to spend a whole bunch of time on it. I'll take my little electric cleaner around the little spots if I need to, but these came out pretty good. So let's take a look here and go back and see what our next item is. Oh, we have to put the tracking number in for these puppies so that they will know that they are on their way. Okay, next thing we've got is let's see, what number is this? 857. 857, where are you? 857, okay. These are a pair of Abercrombie & Fitch Buttonfly Hot Dad High Rise Stonewash Jeans, these are a women's 27 for regular. So these are a pretty small pair of pants. However, you know, I got them for, I think I got these for like 50 cents at a garage sale. So they sold over on eBay for 18 buckaroos. So I spent like 50 cents. So I mean, $17.50 on profit on those, minus eBay fees is nothing to snooze at any day, baby. You know, for me, I'm always trying to, I really like to get that $20 profit if I can. Some stuff's going to be way higher. Some stuff's going to be a little bit lower. But if I can get that $20 in profit on an item, especially because it's just a garage sale thing that I'm usually spending 50 cents to $1 for, it works out great. All right. And we've got a cute little rainbow here and a thank you card. We're going to pop those in there and we're going to get this sealed up. How many of you guys do little thank you cards or stickers or anything in your stuff? I'm just curious who else does that. I've kind of always done it. I don't know. It's just kind of my thing. And yeah, I don't know why, but I just do. Oh, wow. This is going to Enumclaw, Washington. I know where that is. I had my car fixed in Enumclaw, Washington one time when my stick shift blew out. Gosh, I must have been like, oh my goodness, maybe 17 years old. It was a long time ago, kids. It was a long time ago. All right. So, of course, this is over £1. So we're going to go over to Pirate Ship. And let's see what we see. So this is going to Rachel. And we're going to go. So for this one, this is an example of when you can do soft bag, poly bag, box in a back setting. Because see how it bends and moves? So you can fit other packages alongside this. Okay, and then we're going to take a look at that address. Check, check, double check. Looks good, looks good. And then our length on this one is going to be 10 by 7. And our weight is 1 pound, 9 ounces. So technically it's 1.87. But when in doubt, round it out. I'm going to round it up 1 because I don't want to deal with the naughty puppiness of having an extra fee or it, you know, have it kick the package out or something like that. So let's take a look and see what our rates are on that. And they paid $8.50. We're paying $7.21. So totally covers the cost of my original investment, and then also covers the cost of my eBay fees really with that one. So that is pretty much straight up going to be like $18 straight up profit on that one. So that's always exciting. Oh, just a second, guys. Weird. Oh, the system just totally kicked me out. We just had like a major geek out moment. I'm gonna have to make sure that that doesn't charge me twice for a label. All right, we gotta redo that again. Oh, I hadn't put the hide in. Oh no, it shouldn't have because it was envelope or padded envelope. All right, let's check this again. 10719. Make sure the address is good. That looks good. Let's take a look and see what is going on. Hopefully Pirate Ship's not down or something wonky like that. That'd definitely throw a wrench in our system today. All right, let's try it again here. Come on. Come on, Pirate Ship. Don't fail me now. There we go. It worked. It was just having a moment. Oh, now the little Pirate Ship guy turned into a ghost. Woo! It's fancy today. I love it. All right, we'll get these printed out. Let's see. Kit Kat says, I do since I started almost 3 years ago. I love it. I think it's a nice touch. It's not really expensive. I mean, it cost me like way less than a penny on each thing. Carrie says she does. Not sure if you already said, but what Pirate Ship over eBay. So just for me, for some reason, Suzery, where I am in the United States, I'm in Texas. So for me, shipping out to whether East Coast or West Coast, it's about the same distance everywhere. Like Seattle and Maine are like almost exactly the same for me. So for me, just where I am, for some reason, it is always less expensive for me to use Pirate Ship than it is to ship within eBay. Now, I know Pirate Ship gets really crazy good deals on all their freight stuff. And I know eBay does too, but eBay, okay, how the freight stuff works, I'm trying to make this as simple as I can. How the freight stuff works is companies will buy freight blocks, meaning they'll buy like a certain amount of like a shipment freight. So they'll buy like 10% of a shipment freight. Once that's full, it's full and they can no longer offer you that price. That's why sometimes you'll be on eBay and one time you could ship something to the same address and one time it'll be like 721 and the next time it'll be like 750 or something. It's because it's chose a different carrier. So it's chose UPS SurePost instead of USPS Ground Advantage or whatever the cubic metric stuff is that they get. On Pirate Ship, I seem to always be able to get the cubic price pretty much, I'd say like 70% of the time. So I'm just able to save more that way. Where I am now, my son is up by Seattle in Washington State, and it's not like that for him. So he generally finds it to be less expensive through the eBay rather than doing Pirate Ship. And I don't know if that's just because metrically they've bought more cubic square footage for shipments up there. I have no idea. I don't work for the post office. I never have. I don't know. I just know I've read some articles, and that's what I could deduce from it. So that's the long version, hopefully not too long version of why I think it's like that. However, I'll take it because it saves me money. It's not going to be like that for everybody though. Okay, so we got to copy this. Excuse me. And we're going to go on over here and we're going to put the tracking number in for those and then we will move it right along. Let's see, add tracking and paste and continue. Yeah, so you guys do with the little stickers, thank you note and a sticker. I love that. You're welcome. You got your lanyard and love it. None. Yes. Oh, it's amazing, right? It's like a life-changing situation. I never thought something like that would change everything. When I went to that concert night before last, I always take my lanyard with me so I can wear it. And then I slide my phone in my back pocket and I forgot it at home. So the whole concert, I would like take my phone out and then I would like, oh, I gotta like put it back in my pocket. And I was like dancing and holding on to my phone. Eventually I wound up just handing it over to Justin because I was like, this thing is gonna come out of my pocket. I missed my lanyard so bad. It was so silly. Oh my gosh. Can you do detailed video on packaging, weight measuring, and how to ship on eBay? You know, Ty, I've been asked to do that. It's definitely on the list. Right now I'm working really hard on that resellers keyword PDF for you guys. So once I get done with that for sure. Excuse me. I know, Coley. Oh my gosh. Sylvia, what is up? What's good, Erica? Okay, if I missed anything else in there, I apologize. I'm just trying to get through this here. All right, next thing we've got here is 976. 976. All right, so this is a pair of Levi's 511 gray stretch denim pants. These always sell for me, but they don't sell for like a crazy amount. So these are a 3728 technically by size measurements, which is a weird size. So I would not suggest getting this size. I mean, typically when you're getting jeans and you're out in the wild, if you're at a garage sale and it's $1, pick it up. It doesn't really matter. But if you're like thrift store shopping or Goodwill or anything like that, and you're trying to get stuff, get Levi's and jeans, optimally, you always want your waist size to be slightly smaller than your length. For instance, like a pair of 34-36s, real nice, Clark. A pair of like 32-34s, real nice, Clark. 37-28, they'll sell. But it's not going to be like some crazy high fast seller just because it's kind of a unique size. Now, originally, these started out as a 38-30. However, of course, they're Levi's. And especially in the 511s, because they always seem to have just a tiny bit of like elastane stretch to them, they always shrink up. So on your Levi's, when you list them for up in your title, you can put the original size, which I usually do. And then in parentheses, I'll put the size it is now. When I list it for my item specifics, I go by the size it is now. Because if someone's looking for a pair of 38-30s and I put in my item specifics, and I didn't used to do this, I've been going back through and fixing my listings. So if you've done this, it's all right. I did it too. I was putting the original size of the item. Well, some dude that is 38-30 that wants these pants does not care that they are 38. They were 38-30s. He cares that they're 37-28s. So I started using those in the item specifics. I still put the original size because SEO, your search engine, is going to find 38-30 because that's what most people are going to type in. He's going to be like 38-30s, well, they're 37-28s now. Oh, that would still work, right? No one's typing in, I'm looking for pants that are 37-28s. That's not real. So, but it's important, I think, to have both those sizes in there. And like I said, the search engine will pull from the title, it'll pull from the description, and then the item specifics, I've got the real size that is also going to save you from getting a return and someone being like, well, I didn't know that they were 37, 30, or 28s. It's like, well, it's in the item specifics that is the size. It's also in the title and it's also in the description. So there you go, right? Okay, so getting these put in, of course, we're going to go over to Pirate Ship with these. And let's go ahead and copy this here. The size of bags I use too, because I usually get this question about now. So the size of bags for this one is going to be 15 by 12. So all my jeans go in 15 by 12s. You can't typically fit them in the 12 by 9s unless you really fold. The problem with that is that the bag can be so hyperextended that the likelihood of it tearing or ripping or getting caught, and like, because it's thin, it'll stretch, it's just higher. I have found that the packages that I've had that have had complaints about, like, item looked great, hey, I just want to let you know the outside of the bag got kind of like torn, has been the stuff where I've like stuffed it full, because on the conveyor thing, it's trying to squish it through and it's like, right? So if you can have a little bit of play in there, I just think it's worth the extra 0.04 of a cent just to have that happen. That's me. If you guys want to put them in different bags, of course, we're going to have the restriction. Why would we not? Because we're going to have them in, because it's your business and you can put it in whatever bag you want. But for me, this is just how I do it. Okay, so we're going to put here in the things. So this is going to Terry in Nebraska. We are going to Nebraska today, kids. Don't ship a lot of stuff there. So let's get a little cute little sticker here, like a little beach theme. Very nice. Kind of goes along with the whole skater motif that are these pants. And we're just going to tie these up, put them in here. Hey, Spencer, what is up? Guess who's going to a garage sale tomorrow? Ooh, Spencer's going to a garage sale. Oh, I can't wait to see what you find. Is it like one you already found online, or you're going to go to a whole bunch of them, or where'd you find it? Craigslist, Facebook? Give us the details, Spencer. We want all the details. I haven't even looked to see which ones I got going on tomorrow. We will see. We shall see. All right. So our length on this one is 10 by 6, and our weight is 1/8 on that. Do you ship internationally? Susan, I do for eBay. It's the only one I think I have Grailed also to ship internationally, but I have like a pretty high price on like what I would be charging. Those are really the only places I'm doing internationally, because the problem with Depop is that I don't use the internal Depop labels to ship. I do my own shipping, and I have that like figured into my pricing and everything. So if someone wanted to purchase that and they were international, it would never cover the cost that I have set as shipping. And I've had people reach out to me internationally and say, hey, would you do this item? I would have to go in and like put in all of their information for shipping it overseas and all the tax things and all the codes and all that. It's just not worth my time. Now with eBay, I'm enrolled in the eBay International Shipping Program. So they take care of all of that for me. And it just originally ships to Illinois. And then from Illinois, it ships out overseas. So I would I'll look into the eBay International stuff, because I do sell quite a bit of stuff internationally that way for sure. Yeah, Sarah, I think you're the first one to use that garage sale sticker. I thought I was going to get used more, but it hadn't. Stickers. Yeah. So the stickers I use, the ones I like, they're by a company called Sanaway or Safaway. If you go to the link Dinketer in my bio YOE up here on the old TT, it'll take you over to my link tree, and on there's a thing that says reseller supplies to get you started. And if you click on that, you'll see the stickers I use in there. I have tried so many different brands, and these ones I really like because they actually peel off nicely. The other ones I got either had really weird designs, inappropriate designs, or the backs just would not come off of them. So these are the ones I'm doing. Have to be to shopping by 8 because I have a training session at the gym. Oh my gosh, wow, you're doing some seriously early. Found it online. It's a multifamily sale. Yeah, baby. Be the first one. Get there early. Yeah, the bio YOE. You like that? You're welcome, Sylvia. Thanks for the gifts, you guys. I never know how to say it. I mean, I probably can just say because honestly, I get a restriction from eBay or from TikTok every time I even say anything on here. So it's gotten to the point that's just so silly. So let's see. They're paying we're paying 627 for shipping. They paid 850. So we are covering our original cost on these pants because I bought them for $1. And we're also covering a little bit of our eBay fees there. So making a total profit of probably around $12. Yeah, around $12, which is about what I usually get for 511s. 511s are not like a super hot thing right now, especially because they really are tailored more to like they were tailored to everybody when everyone was wearing more like the skinny jeans, but now because everyone's wearing more flared and boot cut, they really only fit the aesthetics of like hipsters, scenesters, indie musicians, skater, surfer, retro. Like they're really only fitting sad boys, emo, like that kind of look instead of like all the rest of the population too. So I think that 2 years ago, these 511s probably would have sold for closer to $20. It's literally that different with how many people are not wearing the SKINNYs now. Okay, but we are going to copy and paste and put that in here. And then we'll get to our next item. Okay, and paste. And in the words of the Muppets, moving right along. Okay, what do we got next here? Next thing we've got, okay, this is going to be one of the weirdest sale things I've ever sold. So back where I used to live in Bremerton, we had this amazing FB group there. And it was an auction group where you'd put an item up, you'd start it as $1, and then everyone would go in and bid. And at 24 hours, whoever was the last bid down to the second won the items. So I got so much inventory last summer from that. So sad that that is no longer something I have access to. I'd love to start one of those here, but man, I barely have time to do what I'm already doing in my life, let alone like run a Facebook group. So this guy had all this vintage stuff together, and I could see it was a bunch of like new and packaged. There was perfume bottles and all this stuff. This was one of the things. This is a Kmart book light with stand. You can tell how old it is by looking at the guy in his pajamas. The wife like has full makeup on. She still has like earrings in and everything. Like it's so old school. Obviously dead stock. I don't think that there's a date on it, but it's definitely an 80s item. Probably late 80s, early 90s. So I got it basically for free because I got this giant thing of all these vintage items. I got the whole box for $5 because no one else bid on it. And I was like, sweet. So I probably have made like $200 off of this box of just random things. This, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is the last thing from that box. I think this was the very last one. I could be wrong. We could come across something else, but I'm thinking it's this one. So it's just so funny. So it's going to go into a little poly bag here. I think just because it is dead stock, I may go ahead and just put one little extra barrier around it because someone could be buying this as like, because I probably had it labeled as like a Christmas gift, most likely. So someone could be buying this. And it's going to be a gift. So I want to make sure that the box stays nice. I just thought so funny. I just hit a sale and got some Kathy Ireland. Wow. Very nice. Holy smokes, Coley. That's older, newer. Like Kathy Ireland. That's been around a long time. Is it older stuff? Like dead stock kind of situation? I'm curious. Yeah, Kmart. Isn't that funny? Oh my goodness. Oh, well, Spencer, I wish you the best of luck at that sale. Jem, yo, old. Okay, that's what I thought. Like I can remember like when Kmart sold like Kathy Ireland stuff. Like I'd get like something like that. Like that'd be what I got for like my mom for Christmas or something, You're like, you don't have a lot of money, you're raising a kid, you're young, you got, $10 to spend on your mom for Christmas. You're going into Kmart and getting some Kathy Ireland. Of course, it's probably worth way more than that now, but that's so funny. Oh my goodness. Vanessa's here. Yeah, Y2K. I would say probably if it's a Kathy Ireland and it's Kmart, it's probably like early Y2K, late 90s for sure. Crazy Amelia. Hello, I said your name wrong, but hi anyways. I like your blue heart. Kitschy is here to hang out. All right, so we're going to use a smile Amazon bag because you guys know I'm all about the reduce, recycle, reuse situation. So why would I pay for something if I can, send it and have it not cost me anything? So one of the things I like to do with these, I'm sure you guys have seen me do this before, is I will just cut off a little bit of the top here, and it helps me to do like a little bit of a tuck, and I'll show you what I mean. So I just cut a little bit of the bag, and then I push this down here and then bring this over. And then that way, when I have this, it winds up being like the same distance all between, so nothing gets caught. And then it also just takes off any little extra shipping weight that could be on there, because a lot of times with this kind of stuff, especially in this size, it'll be close to a pound, or it'll hit the 4, 8, 12 pound metric, which will increase the price that I'm paying for it. So let's take a look here and see what we have. Okay, this is probably like 6 or something. 5. Okay, so we're at 5 for our shipping on this. So this is something that's under a pound. So I am definitely going to ship this just straight from eBay. It's not gonna, I won't save any money doing it over in pirate ship. And then we've got, let's length on that, like 8, 10. So 10 by 7 by 2. And then let's see what we are paying. So they paid $5.50 for shipping. We're paying $4.47. So that covers my eBay fee. Because like I said, I mean, this item maybe cost me 20 cents, maybe not. So we're going to make a total profit of about $12.35 on this. Not bad for something that didn't cost you anything. And it was super easy list. Hard to find another one. I just had to like guess on a price because I mean, it's not like there was a whole bunch of these for sale. It's such a random thing to have. So this is going to Patrick in California. Yay, Patrick. You're getting a cool old dead stock light. All right. And we'll get this in here. I think it's our first USPS item for the day, huh? Everything else has been UPS. All right, tearing off our first roll of tags there, and let's get to our next one. Okay, next thing we've got is, I actually just listed this, and it's so funny because I had taken pictures of it, and then I realized the instructions for this were in a different box when I was going to list it. So I had to retake pictures of it. And this is that Captain Kidd pirate ship. It also came with a ton of paints. And so I just sold this as a lot. It looks brand new to me, but I can't be 1000% sure that it has not been opened. So I basically, in my listing, I'm like, hey, I think everything's here. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not the original owner. So I, take it with a grain of salt, I guess, because I don't know. I don't know. That was basically my listing. And for hard goods, you guys know, it's just not something I do a lot of. So I'm just like, I think it's here. I don't know. So what I am going to do here, though, is I'm going to take all these little paints, I think, and put them in we're going to put them first in a couple, I think I'm going to put them in like just a Ziploc here, just in case anything comes loose. They're all brand new, so I think it's going to be fine. But just in case, we're going to go ahead and put these all in here, and then if something breaks, at least it doesn't like destroy the whole inside of the box. And then we'll go ahead and get it labeled up really good. Yes, Vanessa, that is a good question. How is everyone today? What is going on? How is everybody? I'm very happy to see each and every one of you. What is happening? What are you guys? It's Friday. Who's doing something fun? Is anybody going anywhere? Is anybody doing anything? You guys got anything fun planned this weekend? What is happening? You know me, I'm just going to be garage sailing my little heart out as usual, hoping there is a bunch. I mean, we're kind of getting to that time of year where it's like starting to get a little, starting to get a little cooler out, although this is actually a great time for garage, to have a garage sale here if you're in Texas. Because this summer, guys, when I was out there hustling, it was like 104, 105 degrees when I was garage sailing. So I am very happy that it is not that hot now. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking a picture of everything I'm including in this box, because I do not want someone to tell me that I did not include the paint. I got burned, I think I've told you guys this before, but I got burned on a teapot. Some lady trying to tell me that the whole lid of this teapot wasn't in there. And of course it was. And then the whole situation wound up being like super sketched and sus. And I'm like, okay, well, this whole thing isn't true, but that's okay. And I had no way to prove it. So with this, now I just go ahead and I take a picture of everything I put in here. Is that going to save me in the end if I should have a dispute? Probably not, but at least it will minorly, it's a deterrent. If someone were to say, hey, you didn't put these in here, I can say, oh, okay, because I have a picture of the items in there. So maybe you should just look one more time. You know what I mean? Happy Friday. How was the concert? Tracy, it was so good. I had so much fun. I screamed and yelled emo and punk songs for literally like 4 hours. And so my voice is still a little scratchy today. Yesterday, it was a squeak. I have had so much peppermint tea. I've had the peppermint diffuser going. Totally 100% worth losing my voice for a day. And I was able to get a whole bunch of done, just in quiet yesterday. I think it was the quietest our house had ever been. So that was kind of weird. You're running a haunted house? Ooh, that sounds so fun. I know Justin's birthday's on Halloween. He's a Halloween baby. And I still don't have anything planned. I'm not sure what to do. I don't know what to do. It's interesting because his birthday's on Halloween, he's not like the huge, just like, oh, I want to dress up and, blah, blah, blah. He's not like that big into it because growing up his whole life, that's what everyone did for his birthday. Every single one of his birthdays growing up was a Halloween party. So I think it's almost like that, not totally burnt on the idea, because he's totally game always for anything I want to do. Because I had asked him when we were out the other night, I was like, well, what do you want to do for your birthday? What's the plan? And he's like, I don't know. You always have something cooked up your sleeve. I just kind of go with the flow, and which is totally true. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm not sure. I'm undecided. Anybody have any good ideas? Because it's what is it on this year? It's on a weekday, isn't it? What day is it on? It's on a Thursday. Okay, good. So Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday night. He works until late. And so he won't be working that night. So I don't know, it's a Thursday. I don't know if there will be anything. There's got to be something up in Austin or something, I'd imagine. So we'll see. We built a facade and then put a walkthrough behind it. Oh my gosh, that sounds so fun. That is really cool. You built it in front of your house? What? No way. That's rad. That outdoes my Nightmare Before Christmas decorations, that's for sure. Brianna, what is happening? Okay, so we're just going to stick this in this box. I charged a pretty good amount for shipping, so I don't think I'm going to eat it or anything by putting it in this box. And I want to protect this. And, oh, you know what? I should take one more picture. I'm going to take one more picture of this actually being in here just to be, there's nothing wrong with being double safe, right? Nothing wrong with that at all. It's then the person can't say, oh, no, I didn't see it. And I can't say, oh, no, it was in there. Now it's it's there. It's proven, moving right along. You can't get a partial refund because you say that half the thing isn't there. Because there's people out there that are going to try that. You know what's going to happen. They're out there, folks. They exist in the world, unfortunately. All right. Can you even imagine trying to SCAM a small business? I mean, come on. Seriously. Who are you and what has happened in your life that you're trying to SCAM a nice little eBay seller, that's selling you a vintage ship model for $32. What has happened to you in your life? And why are you broken? That's the question for the day. Right? Not that this person's trying to do that. I'm just saying like that there are those people out there and it's like, come on. Neighbor kids must love your house. I agree. That must be amazing. I used to work at Goodwill and people would come steal from me. I know. It's like, what are you doing? I mean, what the price is now, I don't know. Just kidding. Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. I owned a salon for many years, and I mean, I had to bust people over the years. Like, we also had a body piercing studio at our salon, and we had to like literally lock and key away everything because people would just come in and like just grab stuff and then run. You're just like, what are you doing? I don't know. I'll just never get it. But yeah, I'm a blue collar worker. I've been a blue collar worker my whole life, and so is my family. So it's hard for me to imagine a life where that happens. All right, so this is going to William in Indiana, and let's see what we got here. It kind of reminds me of. Do you guys remember that story? Do you guys remember that? It was a movie, but it was like a real story, that the Jinx, where that guy had like done a bunch of naughty puppy things, and he was like sought after, and he had like all this family money, and he got busted because he was trying to steal a chicken sandwich from somewhere, and he got busted, and that's how he got arrested. It's like, what are you doing? You have so much money. Why are you stealing chicken sandwiches? Okay. By the way, that sounds really good. I think I'm gonna have to have chicken sandwich today. So this is going to William in Indiana. Like I said, box and rigid packaging. And let's take a look and see what our length is. So we got 18 by 14 by 5. 18, 14, 5. 18, 14, 5. 18, 14, 5. And then let's take a look at our weight here. It's not too crazy heavy. Let's see what we got. So you got 2. Oh, good. We stayed under 3 pounds. So 2 pounds, 14 ounces. Let's do 2. I always kind of try to weigh these things a couple different ways. Yeah. 2 pounds, 14 ounces is what we're looking at. And my tummy's rumbling. I heard me talking about chicken sandwiches. Thrifty's here. I'm doing really, really good. I am doing fantastic. My voice is 90% here today, which is much better than the squeaks and squawks that were coming out of me yesterday. Had so much fun on Wednesday. Just had a great time. We had a ton of fun. The band was really, really good. They did all the songs I was hoping that they would do. And yesterday was the quietest it's ever been in my house because I couldn't talk much. So it was quiet in here, but I did get a whole bunch of stuff done. So that feels good. All right. Oh, great. So we are paying $7.82 for this. And then let's take a look and see what they paid here. Happy Friday, Low Country Flipper. Good to see you. How are we today? Oh, Thrifty, thank you. I love seeing your smiling face too. Jessica is here as well. How are we today, Jessica? Oh, thanks for the gift, Low Country. I appreciate it. Okay, got water. And let's get this sucker printed out, baby. Oh, yeah, I think I definitely want a chicken sandwich today. I think I'm feeling it, you guys. I think I'm feeling a chicken sandwich today. I mean, I could pretty much have one every day. However, today that sounds really good. I mean, it's Friday, right? We gotta get our chicken sandwich on a little bit. I mean, come on. Of course, I could probably eat one every day. All right. So we paid, what did we pay? $7.62, I think we said on that item. And they paid $10.90. So that puzzle cost me $2 at a garage sale. And so all of this is profit because they covered that. Minus maybe $1 for the eBay fee with the extra change there. So we probably made, let's just call it $30 even, $30 even on that item in profit. So not too shabby on that. And it was a really nice surprise opening that up and seeing all of the those paints in there. That was such a cute, cool little bonus. And like I said, I just included them in. I'm like, I ain't listening to these all separate. That is not time or money conducive because each of the paints were worth like $2. So I'm like, we're not doing that. Okay. All right. Next thing we've got here. You guys have heard this story, so I won't make it super long unless you're new and you haven't heard this story. I went to this garage sale and this guy was selling all this musical equipment and like 1,000 vinyl records. And someone was there like literally buying a lot. And so I'm looking around. I did pick up a couple Ernie Ball cords and stuff that I could kind of recognize. We already sold those a long time ago. But over in the corner, there's this box that had all these old magazines in it. And I started looking at them and I'm like, those look really old. And so I paid them $20 for the box. And when I got them home, there was tons of old comics, which those already sold. And then tons and tons and tons of Dodgers and Angels vintage magazines. So this is a 1965 souvenir yearbook. There is one magazine in that box. I have it listed for like $5.85, I think. It is a magazine called Cage Stars, which was one of the very first ever magazines, like sports magazines. And the team that's on the one I have is the Anaheim Amigos, I think it was, that only were in existence for 1 year. And then from there turned into, I can't remember. They turned into another team. Like the majority of them went and it turned into like an actual NBA team or college team. I can't remember now. Anyways, it's this really expensive magazine. And it's so weird too, because life is funny like that. I sold this and then like 30 minutes later, I got a message from someone that has another one of those Cage Star magazines on eBay. And they messaged me and I thought it was this person messaging me about this. And then I realized it was a totally different person because they have one of those Cage Stars too, only they have it for a different team. And they're like, I can't find any info on this. I'm like, dude, I couldn't either. I had to get Worth Point to be even able to find out what this magazine was because I could see that one had sold on Worth Point like a few years ago and it sold for $480 a few years ago. So I got mine marked up pretty high and we'll just see. I mean, it's one of those things I've had tons of traction. I've had so many messages about it, but it hasn't sold yet because it's going to take like the right person, the right collector to get that. So, all right. So we got to Live Life Happy. That's a cute one. And we're going to include this in on the bag. And then with these ones, because these are in such crazy good condition, I'm going to make sure that we put a little kind of like some heavy duty kind of stuff around it just to keep it. So, Hustle's having a Whatnot show at 8:35 Texas time. So it's 8:35 Central Standard Time tonight. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I saw that they didn't wind up doing a show last night, right? I had glanced on for a second. Oh, yeah. Thrifty, I think it was you. Was it you that sent me the thing? I didn't see it till this morning that they had. That's right. What did it say? They postponed it or something. They're doing one next week or they're trying to do a Halloween show or something. I can't remember now, man. That's when you know you watch too many videos. It's like, I try to watch all the ones or at least the stuff that you guys send me. And I'm like, oh, what was this? And then now I can't remember. But yes, okay, I was right. Okay, good. You have to side up. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Okay. My brain literally, that was like a short out there for a second. Okay. So I have some of these old boxes. They're not even using these anymore. And I usually use something like this just to kind of give a little bit of sturdiness in these. One of the very first things I ever sold was book thing I ever sold. It was it was like a recipe drink cookbooky thing from a Hunt to Killer set that I had got. And I was new and I didn't realize like you're supposed to put something like kind of sturdy on stuff. And it was already fairly sturdy. Now I had put one thin piece of cardboard in there, but I certainly didn't do enough or do like what I would consider my due diligence. And so I got a message back. The postal worker had literally taken this book and like bent it in half and like shoved it in a mailbox. And so the person messaged me and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I can do a refund. And they said, no, it's okay. I was able to put it over a hot pan of water and they were able to bend it back. But ever since then, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to get another, I don't want to get another thing, another person having an injured item because I didn't take good enough care of it. So now I just kind of take like boxes I got laying around, whatever I basically have around here. I just kind of put them together and make a little makeshift thing for the outside just to keep it sturdy. It'll at least, would it completely save the situation? I don't know, but it'll at least kind of like detour, I think, the person from like completely destroying destroying the item. We'll see. I mean, who really knows, right? I guess it depends on the postal worker and what kind of day they're having, and a million other factors. But if I can save it, if I can make it okay, I'll try to make it okay. So I just kind of use my little handy dandy works guy here, so I don't ever have to use scissors again in my life, because that would make me so happy. I did enough years of hairdressing to never want to have to use scissors really ever again. So loved my clients, loved the creations, hated standing all day, sweaty, hot, covered in hair, covered in chemicals. No, thank you. I am not wanting to ever go back to that. That is for absolute certain. All right, here I've got one little corner. Cut that, and just slide that in. Get him all nice and snuggled in there. So he's in. That way he's just covered, and then I don't have to worry about it. And then I usually just put like a poly mailer over the outside of it. And usually these fit really nicely right into our 15 by 12s. So, hello, Etherio. Good to see you. And Danny's here. TL Pal is here. Hello, hello. And then we just kind of do something a little bit like that. And then we do something a little bit like take that off. And then we do a little something like that. And bada bing, bada boom. We got that. Now, I'm either going to get love or hate on this. So I have these little stickers I use for magazines. I don't know that they help, but at least if something were to happen with this and the person sees that on the outside, I can say, oh my gosh, I can't believe they bent that, or I can't believe they did that. Did they not see the sticker on the outside? And that helps to kind of get the person to think, hey, yeah, wait a second. That's not this reseller's fault. That's the postal man's fault. I don't know if it helps or not. Maybe they make the packaging worse. I don't know. But ever since I started using these and then doing the cardboard like these, I probably shipped out maybe 20 or 30 of these now, and I haven't had any issues. So if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So I just keep doing it the same way over and over, and there we go. Okay, so let's get this here, and we're going to go over. Perfect. All right. Did I miss anything, guys? What is happening? Anything in the chat? Nope. It's quiet. You guys are quiet today. Okay, and this is going to Mark in California, which kind of fits considering that it is a Dodgers thing, because that is where it is, of course. And then let's get the measurements on this here. So we've got 10 by 13. 10 by 13. Da, 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 da. And we've got 0, and then we've got 9. And let's see what we are paying. Do you do international shipping on Depop? If so, how do you go about it? I don't, Etherio. I don't do it because I don't know how to go about it in the best way. And that's just the honest truth, because I don't do internal Depop shipping. I ship all of my Depop packages outside of Depop in Pirate Ship. And in order for me to be able to ship the item easily and quickly, one, I'd have to somehow charge the person more, and you can't accept payments outside the app on Depop. And then number two, I'd have to do all the information, like their country numbers and all that kind of stuff that you have to do with international shipping. So I just don't do it. I don't think it's worth it. I think it just takes too much time for me. Now, if you're doing internal Depop shipping, I don't know. Can you do international there? I'm not sure, because I've done outside Depop shipping pretty much since the beginning of doing Depop. So that's that. Oh, driving. After all the screaming from NYC Liberty, I have no voice. Nora, you and I had no voice. Mine's better today, though. It does sound better for sure. So I get it. I'm in the same ballpark. Yesterday, I sounded like a squeaky church mouse. It was like, I can't even do it now, but it was like, I was like, I am hungry. And he's like, whoa. Had someone ask if I could, still learning. Yeah, I have too, Etherio. I just say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not currently doing international shipping. I appreciate it. In the future, if this changes, feel free to take a look at my page. I mean, I just kind of do that same, generic copy paste kind of thing over and over for that, because it doesn't happen very often. But man, what a pain in the tuchus it would be to have to go through all of that. if they're buying like maybe like a $400 item, it may be worth it. But like otherwise, like the amount of information you have to put in for international shipping is kind of bananas, actually. Like it's a lot of stuff. When I first started doing this, they weren't doing eBay international shipping. When I first was dabbling in reselling, before I like got serious into it, when I was just like kind of selling some of my mom's stuff, the stuff you had to do to ship international was so much work. So I'm like, if I have to do that, like in pirate ship, not worth it. Not worth it. Okay, and then save and continue. All right, is that it for eBay? We had a lot of eBay stuff today, actually. Okay, let's move over to Depop here. See what we got. What do we got on Depop? Okay, so our first thing is looks like a pair of jeans. Surprise, surprise. And these are going to be SKU number. Which ones are these? Let's take a gander and a look and see. 638. Okay. So these are a button fly pair of Y2K American Eagles. Kind of unique too. So these have the vertical weave and weft, meaning that they just don't shrink up as much. So they're kind of sought after. And if you look at the waistband of these, it's really super unique. These had a specific name, and I had never heard of this name before. Let's see, where was it? I think these are the pair that had some sort of strange name. No, it must not have been these. There was another pair of jeans like this that didn't have the top waistband that were just weird, where it didn't have like the line across them. And they were called something, but I can't remember what it was now. Obviously not this pair. So picked up these for $1 at a garage sale. They of course sold because why? Because we have flare. Some of the, and all of these keywords will be in my keyword thing that I'm working on right now. Let's see. So some of the keywords I had in this one are vintage, American Eagle, 1990s, 90s brats with a Z, flared, Paris Hilton, 1990s, fashion, and nostalgia. So that is why I'm sure these sold, is because of a lot of those keywords. So, and then of course with having the flare, I had boot cut and flare and button fly all on that title. So if someone was typing in like, you know, Y2K button fly boot cut jeans, mine's going to pop up because that's not only in my title and my descriptions, but it's also going to be in any of the item specifics that are, you know, auto-filled by Vendu or that you've originally put into eBay. Okay, so let's get these packaged up. And these are going to go into, same thing, they almost would fit now. Don't push a charity. How long did it take you to start getting consistent sales when you started? You know, that's a good question. So I have kind of a weird, unique, I think, well, maybe it's not that unique, but it's unique to me, reselling story, because I didn't start out in this to do anything with this. My mom had passed, so cute little pair of sunglasses, very Kurt Cobain. I love that. And she had left me a ton of like, I had a ton of like Asian inspired decor and Egyptian decor and stuff, just stuff that I'm not really into. You know, I kept some of the special pieces that mean something to me, but the rest of it, it's like, what is this going to do? Just be in boxes in my garage. And so my son was doing a little bit of eBay selling. And so I started just selling my mom stuff that way. And I did that for a while. So were the sales consistent? Not really, because I wasn't consistent. I was just putting stuff up as it came. I'd sell some stuff here and there. And then I picked up a big toy lot. I was kind of consistent with that. Not really. I was probably selling maybe an item every day or every other day, maybe-ish. And then I fell and hurt myself. And I was out of commission. I hurt myself really badly. It was on Halloween 2 years ago. And I completely crushed my back. And when I did that, I was out for like a long time. I mean, I was doing like aquatic therapy and stuff like that. So my store just sat there. Stuff would sell once in a while, but not really much. Why? Because I wasn't listing every day, or not even close to every day. I wasn't listing at all anymore at that point. And Justin was doing the shipping. Then I went garage selling a whole summer, barely listed anything. Some days I'd list 10, and then the next day I'd list 0, and the next day I'd list 1, and then 8, and then so I was really inconsistent. So my sales were inconsistent. So if you could catch the theme of this, it was the consistency of listing every day now I've been consistently listing every day. I think I've only missed like maybe 3 days in the last like almost 3 months. And now I would say I sell around 5 to 8 items a day. Depends on the days, depends on the time of month, or what month it is, and paydays and all that go into that. But I consistently am selling that because of the amount I'm listing every day. So it's not really a matter of how long does it take you to see those sales. It's a matter of just putting in the work and trusting and believing and knowing that it will come. And for some people, it's going to come way faster because of the type of inventory you have. And some people, it's going to come slower because you have slower selling items. So it really depends on like how often you're listing, how consistent you are with the listing, how your titles are, how your descriptions are. Are you using keywords? Is your stuff priced accordingly? Is the stuff you're selling seasonal? How do your pictures look? There's so many factors in there. Once you find that sweet little cauldron of like all the goodies, and you've put in all your little potions, you've done all the little things, then it winds up just working. You just get into a flow and it just works. And for me, it just took me a while. It took me a while to figure it out. It took me a while to get it, and it really took me a while to care, if I'm being honest, because I had a job. I was doing marketing for a company, and so I didn't need the income. And then when I decided to go on with this, because I freaking love it, and I get to be more active than I was at my previous career. Now I'm seeing the sales, but it did take time. Even when I started getting consistent, I mean, gosh, I don't think I even started getting more than 2 sales a day for months. But it also depends on your inventory. So what's your inventory like? What are you selling? Since you ship on pirate ship or outside Depop, do you include the shipping in your price? No, I do. You can put shipping, what you want to charge them, when you're doing your listings. So for me, because I do all my stuff through Vendu, which is like a cross-listing software, is I just put in my original. So on eBay, I put in the price I'm going to charge for shipping, because I do that as well on there. And then I import it into Vendu, which is my cross-listing software. And then I just go through each window, and I'm like Poshmark, and I put down, any things that they want for Poshmark. And then on Depop, I don't have to change anything. I just put in like 3 style tags, and the shipping just auto-populates, the same shipping auto-populates into all the different cross-listing places. Let's see. Yeah, we're always learning, always stretching, always growing, right? Like, yeah, thanks for the heart puff, Sarah. Okay, so let's get this over to pirate ship here. So this is going to Shivani in Illinois. We are headed to Illinois, folks. And let's go here, see what we see on the old pirate ship. Sail the 7 seas with me. Okay, make sure that all auto-populated correctly. Yes, it did. We're going with poly mailer. We are going with 10 by 6. And we are going with 1 pound, 3 ounces. 1 pound, 3 ounces it is. Is that where you're at, Golden? Oh, love it. Thank you. Love your content. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for coming in. And you know what, guys? I love when you guys ask questions, because there's people in here that are newer, and either they're shy to ask questions, or they just haven't even thought of that question before. I mean, that's how I learned how to do this. I still, guys, and I think I've got this down a little bit. I'm by no means a veteran at this. I mean, I still consider myself a newbie, but I've got the logistics of it down a bit. And I still go on and watch videos all the time. I was just watching a Chris at Peak video earlier about he does his packages like 13 6x1 or something like that, and he has found that cubically metrics out to be less. And sometimes I like that kind of stuff where I'm like number crunchy, because I'm a penny pincher. I like to save money if at all possible. I have a cheap date, guys. I have a cheap date. I'm a chicken sandwich kind of gal. Chicken sandwich and cheap cider. I'm good to go. Or sparkling water, or regular water, unless you're in Texas, because the water tastes disgusting. All right, so we're paying $6.27 for the shipping. She paid $8.50, so it covers the cost of the jeans, which were $1, and it's actually covering my Depop fee on that as well, for a total profit of, I think, $18 on pure profit. That's our net take home on our little Abercrombie's jeans going in the bag. Okay, and then we're going to copy that to our clipboard. We're going to go ahead and go on over to the old Depop, and we're going to mark that as shipped, put in our shipping provider as UPS, and then we're going to paste that tracking number in, and mark it as shipped. Is it cold where you're at, Golden? It feels like it's got to be getting cold there now. Okay. All right. Next thing we've got here is a pair of Lucky Brand jeans. I sell a lot of these. Here's the thing with Lucky Brands. So they're the kind of jeans where if you're getting them for a really inexpensive price, it's worth picking them up. If you're paying any more than like $3 top, maybe. It's always hard to say because you guys know I'm a garage sale person and not a thrift store person. But Lucky Brand jeans are typically going to sell for anywhere on the lowest end, $11. That's like a women's pair, super small size 4s, to a high of like 30 if you can find some kind of unique back flat pocket, like vintage Y2K, early Y2K ones. Most of them are metrically going to hit somewhere kind of in the middle between like 13 to like 23, 24 is about typical. Now, these are what I would call like a bottom biscuit basic pair. This is one of their lines called Rivingtons. They're just a really classic bread and butter pair of pants. It's got the horizontal whiskers across the front. It's got the classic Lucky back patch. Interesting size, 34, 31, kind of strange. Again, if you can get smaller waist, longer cut, you're going to always do better with jeans because this is going to fit just a very specific person. However, these do have a slight bow out at the bottom. Not enough that I'd probably call it a boot cut, but it is just a tiny bit. It's just like a classic relaxed fit with just like a 1/4 inch wider ankle area. So I got these. I usually can pick up Luckies because they'll usually be like 3 or 4 pairs at a garage sale. They'll always say, I say, how much for the jeans? And they'll say, $1 or $2. What I do is at the end, I take them up and I'm like, hey, I've got like 6 pairs here. I know you said like 1 or 2, but I was hoping to get like a little bundle deal. How does that sound? And they'll usually say, that sounds okay. Like, what were you thinking? And I'll be like, what were you thinking? Because I want them to give me a price first because I might end up saying a higher price and then they're all excited. So if they're like, well, let's just do, $8 for the 6 pair. And I'm like, $6 for the 6 pair? Or if they say $7, I may say $5 for the 6 pair. And then I just stand there and I do what's called the pregnant pause. And it's where you get really quiet and you don't say anything because he or she that speaks first will lose. And so you just stand there and wait. And they'll either say, nah, I can't do that. And you're like, okay, well, I'll just do the $6 or whatever. Or they'll say, okay, yeah, I can do that. Most people don't like that awkward pregnant pause feeling. And so they'll just say yes. So little tip for you there. All right. We've got a cute little astronaut on a pencil going in the bag here. And we're going to break out one of our 15 by 12 bags, which is what I usually do. Baby boot. Yeah. Oh, for the shoes. Kind of. Yeah. I mean, I suppose you could call it like a baby boot. It took me a second. I was like, baby boot. That's funny. I get it. Denise, I got you. That was funny. I was like, whoa, what is Denise talking about on that one? Okay, we're going to bring this down here. And with these, if you notice, I'm trying to get these as small as I can because that's just going to help me with my cost of shipping. So we're going to go ahead and copy these. These are going to CeeLo in North Carolina. Not a shirt, so we can't take it off our shirt and twist it around our head like a helicopter. However, no, I ship a lot of stuff to North Carolina. Or maybe I just notice it because I know the song and so like it sticks in my head. Like maybe. Okay, and we're gonna look and double check our address there, make sure everything copied and pasted correctly, and it looks like it did. We're gonna go into our envelope section here, and we are gonna go with 11 by 7 on this one. And this is 1 pound, 9 ounces, which is pretty standard for a pair of jeans. And then let's take a look. So I always charge $8.50 for my jeans for shipping. No matter what, I do $8.50. Always. Only exception is if it's a pair of overalls, I'll either do, if they're lightweight, I'll do $8.90, $9.80 at the higher end. And then if it's a pair of like double knee Carhartt, something like, got jack hair on me, something really crazy, super heavy, I can go into like the 1080s or 1190s if I want, but typically I do 850. So these are going to cost $627. So $627, we are getting $2.30 in difference there. That's going to help to cover my depop transaction fee. That is also going to cover my original investment. So it's pretty much pure profit on that one as well. So let's go ahead and copy that and print that out. Thanks for the likes too, you guys. I appreciate it. Oh, wow. We're up to 7.6K on our likes. So that's awesome. That's fantastic. If we can get to 10, TT will do another push out of the video, which is always nice. Okay. I'm going to put this in. Yeah, a lot of UPS Sure posts today. I find myself doing the UPS Sure post, I think, more than almost anything here. It seems like that almost is always the cheaper option for sure. And I don't mean for sure, honey. I mean for sure. Okay, I'm going to put here as mark as shipped and UPS. Paste. And our voice is holding up, so I am excited. I wasn't sure. I was like, I hope I don't get into this live and then have the voice start going, but we've done pretty well. Okay, next thing we've got here is a purse. This is a little Vera Bradley. I don't always pick these up anymore unless I can get a really good price for them. So I got this for like 50 cents, so it makes it worth it. Vera Bradley and the whole like flower cottage core, like the coquette, like that whole aesthetic is still very popular, but not as big as it was, say, like last summer. And so then I could have sold this bag for probably a little bit more just because it fit in with that aesthetic. However, if you can get them for inexpensive and if it's a retired print, which this one is, you can just look up retired prints on Vera Bradley. They actually on their website, or at least they used to, I hope they still have it. They have a whole section of retired prints you can look through. And if you Google Lens it, usually it'll pop up like all these different people selling that same purse, and just look at their listing and see if it says like, oh, OP, so which sounds for out of production, or it'll say, more likely it'll say retired. And then you just know you're dealing with a retired print. The retired prints do better because you can't get them anymore. So let's see. I got this, like I said, I probably paid 50 cents or $1 at most for these. I don't spend any more than that on them. And normally where there's one Vera Bradley, there's 25 Vera Bradleys. So normally I'll do like, you know, if I go to a sale, they'll be like, I'll get like a bundle deal or something. And I just try to go through and pick out the ones. I mean, I could pick all of them up, but normally I'll pick out the ones that I think look a little older, or there's something unique or really nice, or I just, you know, sometimes we picky choosy. So this is going to go to Selena in Nevada. Okay. And then what we're going to do for our purse here is we're going to take, so the bottoms of these Vera Bradleys, they always have like a piece of like a cardboard in them. So normally what I do is I'll take the sides that has zippers and I'll just pull my handle in, and then I just kind of wrap them up a little bit like this. And then I like to get the metal handle part. Oh, we got to make sure it zips too. I like to get the metal handle parts, like anything that's metal on a purse. You want to make sure you're getting that wrapped up and snugged up, kind of safe and sound. So any purses you get that have the hard bottoms, Vera Bradley, there's a lot of other purses like that can still be rolled up. The two things you're doing is, one, I'm getting the part protected. So that's protected. The bottom's protected. And then I'm also rolling the metal pieces in there, if you notice that, so that you don't end up with a purse that is where the metal can clank and clack around when shipping and end up kind of damaging it. Then what I do is I usually just take a little bit of saran wrap. I get this stuff from the Smile Amazon store, the old Link Dinkers and the Bio IOE, if you want to see the kind that I use. And I just wrap it up a couple times, and then I'll turn and I do like a twist flip on it, and that just protects the ends. Then I can pretty much just put this in anything I want, and it'll stay protected. That's just how I do mine. Not everybody does it like this, but it's how I do mine. And we're going to do this cute little sticker. It says cute, and it's got a little cactus on it, which I think is totally appropriate because this is going to Nevada, where it is nice and warm still, probably. And also where there's a lot of cactus and stuff like that, right? Because, I mean, it's Nevada. It has to be. All right, and I'm going to tape those down a little bit here. Make sure our tape stays. Make sure you don't tape your item. Of course, we don't want to tape our item. And then let's see. I'm wondering if I could fit it in one of these. Probably. I am craving a chicken sandwich so deeply and badly, honey. Are you too? You did. You said the magic word, and now I can't stop thinking about it. I gotta have one. The craving has started. It'll never stop now until I get one. This Shani, this was a Vera Bradley purse. So I was just saying, I don't always pick them up. I only pick them up if they're really super inexpensive at a garage sale or if it's like a retired print. So otherwise, you're just not going to make enough off of them to make it really worth it. You know, maybe last year it would have been a different story, but they're just not quite as hot of a commodity as they were for sure. And then of course with your Vera Bradleys or anything that's got that cottagecore, flowercore aesthetic, you have to use keywords on that. Otherwise, there's just too many for sale, and the amount of people that are looking for them isn't high enough to where everybody's going to get a piece of the pie. So I'll read to you guys in just a second. Let me just finish taping this up. I'll read to you guys some of the keywords I have on there. And then, yes, this will be included. Like I said, I am including every keyword we talk about in that PDF I'm working on. And then it's going to have, so what I'm doing is I'm putting down why to use keywords, how to use keywords, and kind of like the right way to do it. And then also I'm putting the aesthetic, a description of the aesthetic so that you can Google it and search and look for that. So you have a visual while you're looking at it. And then also the words properly formatted so you can just copy and paste it right into your keywords to make it super, super easy for you. So hopefully it'll help some people out. I know it's been just bananas good for me. The best thing I ever did was start using keywords and using them in my descriptions. No one could ever convince me that that's not true because I look at the stuff that I look at how quickly my items sell now that I list. All this stuff, minus a few things, we just listed within the last like 3 weeks. And it's not like I was the only person with stuff like that for sale. And I'm not like doing some sort of deep undercut or anything like that. I really think it has to do with those keywords. So, all right. So we're going to copy the address. We're going to go ahead and go over to Pirate Ship and get this shipped out. So let's see. Make sure everything copies good. Salina, Nevada. Perfect. And this, again, you can do poly mailer if you want, but you're going to have to put the dimensions of this package in anyways. So you might as well just do box or rigid packaging because that's not going to bend in the center. At least it shouldn't bend in the center or we're in trouble. All right. And this is going to be 10 ounces. So 0 tab 10. And then our length is going to be, let's see, we got 14 by 10 by probably 2. So 14, 10, 2. So our price for shipping this out is going to be, drum roll please, $5.31 is what we're going to pay. And then we'll take a look and see what she paid. And then that'll tell us what our profit on that is. Okay, so print that out. And everything's going to UPS today. It is a busy UPS day, that's for sure. Okay. And we'll get this on there. Just put it over the old sticker and we're good to go. That feels nice. I don't think that's that feels good. Okay. Tuck it on in there. That Vera Bradley. All right. So let's see. They paid let's see, she paid $7 for shipping. So we made about $1.40 on that for shipping. The cost of the bag, I think, was probably 50 cents or $1. So that covers the original cost. We got our payment fee. I would say our total profit on that is about $12. So not bad for a purse. I didn't have to do anything to it. I had to wash it because I take pictures of it. Okay, let's see. And then it looks like Justin's got something else in here. I just got to figure out where this sold. Must be Mercari, maybe. Or maybe Poshmark. Could be Posh. Could be Posh. Probably Poshmark. I had such a crazy day of sales the other day on Poshmark, and then it's been kind of quiet again. I think people are still like trying to figure out the fee situation. So yeah. So that's where that's at right now. Things are changing. When things are changing, people get a little nervous and a little like, I'm not sure what to do. Okay. So this is a pair of ski overalls. This is a brand called Magellan. Now, I don't ever pick up Magellan unless I'm getting it like outrageously inexpensive. Even then, I usually pass. I will get it though if it's for a certain specific thing. Like these are overalls for skiing. That's very different than just your average like Magellan fishing shirt, right? Like it's not just an everyday thing. They don't make that many of these. And I got these for $1 and they sold for 17 bucks. So crazy big sale, no, but I was at a garage sale. There was a pair of smalls and a pair of larges. I picked them each up for $1 and they both have sold for $17. It's not a super great brand by any means, but if I can get it for an expensive price and it's got some sort of like utility or GORP function to it, then I'm in. Otherwise, if I get a penny for every Magellan shirt I have passed up at a garage sale, I would probably have like $200. It's that many of them. It's like finding Sheen or Time and True or Stars Above or some other brand. There's like a billion of them and they're just not like that popular. So yeah, so our total earnings on this is going to be $13.60. Nothing crazy, but I didn't have to do anything to it. Moving right along. So they're going to get a little world. They're going to get a sticker, and we're going to put that in there. Oh, we did do 10K, Corbin. Thank you for noticing. Oh my gosh, you guys, I totally missed it. Thank you so much. I love when you hit that. When we hit that, it makes me feel good. All right, Book Hustler is here. Jency Shows is here. I'm happy to see you, Book Hustler. I was wondering if you're gonna pop in today. All right, so we're putting that in our little bag here. Easy peasy, squeezies to the lemon, squeezies, and get that as small as we can. And I'm gonna get a little, you know, your phone hears you when it's like, oh, you're hungry for something? Would you like to get some food delivered? I'm like, settle down, favor. All right, I can go get my own chicken sandwich. Thank you very much. Actually, Justin, I can go get it. But same difference. Okay, so we're gonna download this label and we will be GTG on that. This is going to Jody in West Virginia. Does it get snowy in West Virginia? Yes. Mountains? Wow. That's really sad that I don't know that. Yes. Yeah, because I've seen pictures of like the West Virginia mountains and they're like, it's snowy. Yes. 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 I barely started. Thrifty Swifty is here. Hey, hey, hey. I'm happy to see you. Oh my gosh, every single person that knows about West Virginia is like, how do you not know what the weather is there like? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know. Okay, I think that's everything, you guys. I always check, double check before I get off here with you just to make sure that nothing else is sold that I could include in today. Nothing there. Poppy of the D's. Nothing there. And anyone on Poshmark? No. WN. Yes, no, and no. Okay, that's everything. So let's see, how many do we have today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 items, that's not too bad. So that's everything that's sold Wednesday night, yesterday, and this morning. So not too bad. So yeah, I would say I probably average like, I think it's around 5 to 8 a day now is what I would say, except for some weeks where it's just bonkers that I'm shipping 35 items in a day for a day, or they'll just be crickets. It's like silence. I'm like, hello, is anybody out there? Does anyone want to buy anything? Knock, 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 knock. Hello. So you just never know, right? I had to put my store on vacation mode for the first time since starting. Oh no, why, Thrifty? What happened? 12's not bad, Felix. Felix, what is good? I'm happy to see you today. Let me guess, you are not wearing a hat because Felix does not own any hats. Or so he says. Or so he says that he doesn't own any hats. Zello, how's it going? Thrifty, I hope everything's okay. I didn't realize you were, hopefully it's because you're going to do something fun. Today it is crickets. Nora, it's been quiet for me today too. So Friday, what's the date today? Oh, we got people that are going to be going out. So this will be interesting to see what happens. We got a lot of people that are going to be going out for Halloween stuff this weekend. So they're going to be kind of saving their money back to be able to like go out and spend and stuff like that. So I tend to find that when you've got a holiday where people are going to be going out and doing stuff, since Halloween is on a Thursday this week, it means all the Halloween parties, festivities, things are going on this weekend, not next weekend. So we are before a payday right now, and people are going to be going out. And we have like election polls and stuff like that opening up too. And I know that that doesn't seem like a big deal, but when I was doing sales and marketing for the years I did it, whenever you have an election year, especially around this time, the market and everything is really wonky and weird. You've got politicians spending a lot of money on advertisement. And so they're taking a lot of those pay per clicks, and they're taking a lot of like the Google slots that Google would normally be pushing out items and things, and they're metrically running the ads in there. And because they're able to spend a lot of money on those ads, it just kind of infiltrates the SEOs, and the search engines aren't quite sure what to do with things. So things always get a little bananas around this time. And that's kind of why I think it's been really up and down this October. And I can't speak so much for last time at this year because my store wasn't even on. However, I have done sales and marketing for many years. And so and by many years, I mean 10 years now. I did, if you include eBay, I've done sales and marketing. And so I just kind of know how it goes when you've got election years and stuff like that. And I know how with the search engines and stuff like that, they struggle this time. So you've got election, you've got the 2 hurricanes that happen, you've got holiday, you got stuff going on this weekend, people saving money up for that. So the market's just really kind of all over the place. Like there's zero predictability as far as like sales go. So just don't keep your blinders on. Don't focus on what's going on around you or what other people are doing, because the only person you should ever compare yourself to is yourself, because comparing yourself to anything else is the thief of joy. And we don't want to thievery our joy, right? So we're going to put our blinders on and just focus on your tasks and trust and believe and know that as long as you do the work, you get your listings in, you get them cross-listed, you're doing all the right stuff. You're putting in good titles, good descriptions, good keywords. Your pictures are light and bright and out of sight. You're pricing things accordingly. You're communicating with customers and people that are sending offers. You're sending offers out. All those little things, it's like a penny a day in a jar, and all that will add up to consistent sales. It's just the way it goes. It can't not work. It has to work. It just depends where it's going to work, and when it's going to work is going to be different for everybody, right? Yeah, I'm going on a 2.5 week vacation. Oh, okay, Thrifty. I'm happy that it's something that exciting though, and not something like bad, right? Yeah, focus on your work. Yeah, exactly. Well, Felix, I try every day. I have 100 squirrels running around in my head at all times. So I need to do more. Hey, don't look at it that way, Sarah. Don't look at what you did yesterday. Just compare yourself to today. Today, what can you do? What's one more thing you can do today that you didn't think you were going to be able to do or you weren't going to get to? You get that one thing done, you go to bed at night, you lay in bed and you feel like a bad A double money symbols, right? You feel amazing because you have accomplished a thing that you didn't think you're going to have the time, patience, or anything for. So you can do it. You just gotta get it done. Just one thing. Anyone in Chicago area come out to Chicago Toy Store this weekend? Oh, fun. Oh, I wish I would go vintage toys. If I was in Chicago, I would totally go to that. That sounds so fun. You're welcome. Thanks, you guys. You inspire me too. Leave this TikTok and go listen. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. And I am going to get my work done, get myself a little chicken sandwich, and it's going to be a great Friday. So I will be doing a video tomorrow. I'll be going out garage selling, in the morning. And then we'll be doing a haul video later in the day. I will have the little registry thing up there. So whether you're watching me on TT or you're watching me over on the Tubies, it's Ubies, either place, there'll be a place for you to get a reminder. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Wish us all luck. Good garage sailing. Happy thrifting. Happy reselling. Happy listing. Happy vacation to Thrifty coming up. And to everybody else, you got this. It starts with 1, right? All right. Bye, everybody. And thanks again for joining me over on YouTube. Like I said, if you like strange girls that have green hair or other colored hair and they talk about reselling, and if you're even mildly interested in it, go ahead and give me a follow. If not, I understand. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm my cup of tea. All right. Take care, everybody. Peace.